everyone has relationship problems. It's not possible to have a long-term relationship that goes on for years or decades with someone and never have any problems. It's just not possible. It's not realistic. And in addition to having relationship problems, you're going to be making mistakes. It's not possible to get through a relationship with someone that lasts years or decades without making mistakes. The problem I see with most guys, especially, but girls do this too, is they don't deal with their problems and with the relationship problems early enough. They don't catch their mistakes early enough. And so their relationships gradually get worse and worse, and they only decide to address them once they're in so much pain, and oftentimes once their partner is also in so much pain, that they've done irreparable damage to the relationship. And while it's possible to fix the relationship somewhat, to make it so that it still works, that damage that you've done will make it so the relationship is maybe and oftentimes never quite the same. Relationships are very individual, and it comes down to you specifically, your age, how long you've been in the relationship, your income level. Different income levels will have different relationship problems. The kind of lifestyle you lead, whether you're a man or a woman, where you live, and of course your background, what you grew up with, what you think of as normal. There are so many factors that determine how your relationship goes and the kind of relationship dynamic you have, that while watching YouTube videos and getting this kind of generic information is helpful, it's very rarely enough. You need someone around you in your life who is a disinterested, objective person who can help you think through and look through your relationship. Because when you look at your relationship, you can easily miss the mistakes that you're making because you're not aware that those things are mistakes. I've seen this countless times with my clients over the years, where they're doing something not realizing the long-term repercussions. Because a lot of times in the short term, we do things and make decisions because we didn't spend time thinking about it, because they were expedient, without considering how that will affect our relationship long term. And that could be around career decisions, around financial decisions, around even basic things like habits you develop in the relationship around eating, or any number of other typical relationship activities that you have. So if you don't examine these things and you just leave them to run however they happen to end up, and you don't deliberately think through and choose what you're doing in a relationship, it can be extremely damaging in the long term. And when I see comments or questions in Reddit relationship threads, I often look at it and go, wow, this is a problem that they are thinking is a new problem, but really this needed to be addressed 6 months ago, a year ago, 3 years ago. And because the relationship was relatively good, they just stuck with it, not seeing the gradual damage they were doing to their relationship. Make sure to find a disinterested third party who you can be totally open and honest with about everything that's going on in your relationship, so that they can spot things that you're missing. And if you don't have someone, then you can always hit me up at martinelliswisdom.com/coaching.